Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1985 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers at Tigers Stadium. On the mound for the Indians today is John Denny, whose record is 7-5 with a 4.25 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers is David Cone, whose record is 7-1 with a 2.25 ERA. Okay, we had to check ourselves early yesterday as Teddy Higuera was not able to make a start. He somehow had managed to make a start on the 11th for the Brew Crew before we traded him. I mean, not a wise decision by the Brewers if you're considering trading a player to have them start immediately after the All-Star break. But he did, and so he was still listed as tired, and we could not start him with him needing 2 days rest. So we threw Brian Kelly into action, and although he struck out 8 batters, he was not very good. He gave up 3 home runs that accounted for 5 of the runs the Indians scored. We had a late 4-run rally in the bottom of the 9th inning that fell short, as expected. So a bummer, but we move on to play Game 3 of the series. It's going to be David Cone today, and then it will be Teddy Higuera in Game 1 versus the Orioles. So we do have a day off, just that quickly. So after today's game, we'll advance it a day to get ourselves ready for that Orioles series. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We are going to have a time travel Tuesday video, not today, which is Tuesday, but next Tuesday. I'm going to open a pack of 90-91 Fleer basketball that could have a Michael Jordan card in it, worth $250. So that should be fun. So stay tuned for that. Okay. We got David Cone on the mound. Our bullpen is ready to go. And then we have our lineup versus John Denny, who's a right-hander. I'm mixing it up a little bit here for Game 3 of the series. Billy Sample and Danny HEEP will both get their first starts in a Tiger uniform. And because Rusty Tillman cannot hit righties, we'll put Doug Baker at first. He's traditionally a shortstop, but he is good defensively at first and truthfully a better hitter versus righties. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Indians. It appears to be the same lineup as the first 2 games of the series. Batting leadoff at shortstop is Tony Fernandez. Batting second at second base is Charlie Montoyo. Batting third at first base is Jim Wilson. Batting cleanup in right field is Cory SNYDER. Batting fifth and catching is Mike Stanley. Batting sixth in left field is Mike Young. Batting seventh and DHing is Tony Chance. Batting eighth in center field is Thomas Howard. And batting ninth is the third baseman, Chuck Jackson. Okay, David Cone getting the start today. You'll see that he's making his 12th start of the season. 7-1 with a 2.25 ERA, 51 strikeouts and 72 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .218 against him. He's got 1 complete game shutout. The only complete game we've thrown all year was by David Cone. His fastball tops out at 96 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 48%. His fastball's a 91. A slider rated an 83. Overall rated an 84. The 22-year-old right-hander is arbitration eligible at the end of the 87 season. His last start was on July 3rd, so it's been 11 days, I should say, since he started. So he should be plenty healthy and rested and ready to go. He is coming off a victory that was not a very good start. He gave up 3 runs on 9 hits and a walk in 7 innings versus Baltimore. He did manage to get the win. Okay, let's take a look at our defense for today's game. Left field with Billy Sample, definitely a step below our typical Left field defender. The infield is solid. Like I mentioned, Doug Baker's even pretty decent. At short, playing first. And if we have the lead late, we can just move Baker over to shortstop and put Rusty Tillman in there at first. Damon Berryhill will get the day off, and we're going to put Kennedy behind the plate. He was the DH for the first 2 games of the series. Okay, here we go. Tony Fernandez leading it off versus David Cone. Cone, with an 0-2 count, gets Fernandez to ground to Whitaker. 1 out. Next man up is the second baseman, Montoyo, and naturally, you walk the 257 hitter. Man on first. Here's Jim Wilson, sitting on 12 home runs, striking out with a pitch right down the middle, the old walk-strikeout combo. We didn't really have that yesterday, did we? I believe Kelly walked 3, but he struck out 8, which is pretty rare. Home run. No, he's hit by a pitch. Oh, it's a wild pitch. Up and inside, so that had to happen in order for them to score this run. There's nothing we can do to prevent it. Even if we intentionally walked SNYDER, which we wouldn't do, Mike Stanley would get a for sure hit, maybe even a 3-run home run. So we just have to take the lumps that the game gives us here. 1 out, and it's 1-0. Mike Stanley. Ooh, he gets a base hit to left. It would have happened either way. First and third. Coney off to a bad start here. Mike Young, switch hitter. Ground ball to Larkin. And that will do it. Well, we go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at our lineup. Batting leadoff in center field is Willie Wilson. Batting second at shortstop is Barry Larkin. Batting third at second base is Lou Whitaker. Batting cleanup and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting fifth in right field is Jim EISENREICH. Batting sixth, making his Tiger debut, is Billy Sample. He's in left field. Batting seventh and DHing, making his Tiger debut, is Denny HEEP. Batting eighth at third base is Matt Williams. And batting ninth, playing first, is Doug Baker. I laughed to myself. This doesn't look like anything the Tigers ever put out there. All right, John Denny, making his 20th start of the year. He's 7-5 with a 4.25 ERA. He's got as many walks as strikeouts, which is 70 in 135 and 2/3 innings. Opponents are batting .260 against him. He only has an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. Can't even really call that a fastball. Ground ball percentage is 43.6%, and ironically, that fastball is his best pitch, rated an 85. Everything else is below league average. Overall rated an 82. The 32-year-old right-hander is making $1 million through 1986. Okay, take a look here at the defense. We know it's not good, but that hasn't stopped them from making every play. Behind the plate is Mike Stanley. Here we go. Willie Wilson leading it off. Wilson with a comebacker to Denny. There's one down. Barry Larkin, ground ball to second. And Lou does manage to pull the ball to right field for a base hit. Runner on first with 2 outs for JK, or TK. And yeah. I mean, so we've lost this ball game. There's really nothing we're going to be able to do but keep it close. We just got to play it out now. Tony Chance flying out to left center. One down. There's the second strikeout for Cone. As Howard heads back to the bench. And Chuck Jackson hits a ground ball to short. And a 1-2-3 inning. A nice bounce back. We go to the bottom of the second. Jim EISENREICH will lead it off. At least we're ahead of yesterday. We had a perfect game pitched against us into the 4th inning. So I guess we have something in our favor with the 1 hit. Samples out, Heaps out. We go to the top of the 3rd. Oh, an error. Heep is at first. And again. Top of the 3rd inning. Tony Fernandez. Fly ball to center. Wilson will make the catch. He's got to cover a little bit more ground out there with Billy Sample. What is Billy Sample's range? I guess we don't actually know that. I'm saying that, but I don't know it. Oh yeah, his range is well below league average. In fact, he's not very good defensively at all. But it's the only way I can get his bat in the lineup. Okay, 1 out. Montoyo got it all started with the walk in the 1st. And now he's got a single. Wilson will strike out looking. And Cory SNYDER. Base hit to right. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Mike Stanley will take a walk. Mike Young. Popping it up. Foul ground. And that could still be an error. Bottom of the 3rd. Doug Baker leading off. Line drive to short. So first time through the lineup versus John Denny, who's got an ERA over 4. We've got 1 hit, not even a walk. There's an infield single from Willie Wilson. Runner on first. And a ground ball to first. That could be 2. Yep, Wilson will advance. And a chance for Whitaker to tie it up with a base hit. There's the walk. I mean, Terry Kennedy is our best hitter. If anybody's going to come through, it'll be him. Infield single. 2 infield singles in 1 inning. Great programming, baseball mogul. And then Jimmy Eyes. Oh, he's going to clear the bases. Wow. EISENREICH. Oh. You know what? I decided to send him anyway. My philosophy has been to not get anyone thrown out. Well, we went ahead and I made a moment decision there. And it worked out. Thank God. I would have been so mad. That is the 11th double of the year as a Tiger. 17th overall for EISENREICH. 2 outs. And Billy Sample will strike out. Okay, Tigers have the lead thanks to a couple infield singles and a walk. Top of the 4th. That's a base hit to right. David Cone definitely has not looked like the David Cone that started out the season. Back-to-back hits. He's given up 6 hits. 3-run home run sounds tasty. There's a ground ball to 3rd. Let's go around the horn. No. We get the force at 2nd. 1st and 3rd. Fernandez will clear the bases. Game is tied. Fly ball to center. And Jim Wilson will give him the lead. Fly ball to right. I don't think that's going to fall in. Okay. Indians not going away. Danny Heep. We got him from Houston in the Berryhill trade. Sample we pulled off the Heep. The Danny Heep. And Baker. Yeah, this is a guaranteed loss. Now the question just becomes how much more do we let David Cone give up? He's given up 7 hits and 2 walks. And he's a righty pitching against righties. That's what I don't get. Like, this should be a total lockdown for David Cone. Mike Stanley popping it up. That could be an error. Nope. And Mike Young, who's 0 for 2. Does Coney get lefties out better than righties? Look at his splits. He does. I noticed that Mike Young was 0 for 2. And how did they get 7 hits if Mike Young doesn't have one? He actually is better versus lefties, which is just stupid. I mean, this programming is garbage. There's a ground ball to short. Coney gives us 5 so far. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Willie Wilson leading off. He's 7 for 13 in his career against John Denny, but I think the game stopped keeping track of that. We'll take the base hit into center. Wilson on first. Barry Larkin, his average has just been plummeting. Yeah, a double play with our 2 best base runners. And Larkin pops it up. Okay. Coney, this will probably be his last inning either way. He's approaching 100 pitches. Nice strikeout of Tony Chance. 5 Ks for Coney. He's due for a walk. Yeah, of course. This game is so predictable. We can't ever get a double play. And Tony Fernandez, who tied the game with a double. There we go. Well, we'll just give it away then. Well, a terrible performance from David Cone. He does leave the game with an opportunity to get a win if something could go right. Kennedy grounding out. I think Jim Eisenreich's the only Tiger that's got a home run here since in the second half anyway. Calling out, and Billy Sample one. Okay, terrible performance from Cone. Jeff Montgomery will come in. We're going to use the bullpen correctly. See if it gets us anywhere. There you go. There's Jeff Montgomery. Really his first full year. We did send him down to AAA to give him a little bit of a break. Maybe a future closer for this team, as he was in real life for Kansas City. Wilson pops it up, 1 down. Here's Cory SNYDER, and that's a multi-base hit. A triple? That's only a double. 18th of the year. So this is where they take the lead. Nothing we can do about that. Stanley popping it up. Error? Mike Young. Well, we know Young struggles versus Cone. What is Montgomery's splits? Oh, lefties crush him like a grape. All right. Well, that's why we got Tom Gorman. We're going to bring Gorman in. Turn Mike Young around. 222 hitter. Now, if the game is already decided that run's going to score, there's nothing I can do that's going to prevent it. But at least we're going to attempt to go with the rules. Oh, yeah. So there was nothing I was ever going to be able to do. That sucks. This game sucks. So Todd Fisher's going to have to come in and give us 4. But once again, there's nothing I can do about it. The game's already decided. Oh, Fisher. Striking him out. We beat them at their own game. Now, can we get something from the bottom of our lineup today? That is nice. Danny HEEP with a leadoff double. No, we're not going for a triple. Runner on second. Matt Williams, a good contact hitter. Oh, I was going to try to hit to the right side, but we're not playing that. We'll let Matt Williams do whatever Matt Williams is going to do, which is strike out. And Doug Baker will do whatever he does. Ground ball to second. That'll get Heap to third. And Willie Wilson, I believe, is 2 for 2? 2 for 3. 1-0 count. Oh, he's going to come through! Base hit to left. Heap scores. Willie Wilson owns John Denny. He's got a little plot built right there in his brain. And Barry Larkin will not get another hit the rest of the year. Okay, we go to the top of the 8th inning. Fisher's staying in there. He would get the win if everything stays the same. And I'm going to do what I said I was going to do if we had the lead late. Dougie will go to shortstop. And Rusty will come in and play first. So that's a big upgrade defensively. Here we go. Thomas Howard, 2-2 count. Striking out. Fisher coming in, throwing strikes. Struck out the first 2 batters he's faced. Chuck Jackson, sit down, I say to myself. And Tony Fernandez, 1 for 3 today with a double and a couple ribby. Ground ball to Whitaker. Yes. All right, we're going to have a chance to pull this one out. Another potential 1-run victory. Whitaker striking out. TK pulls it into right. Denny's had 113 pitches. And Jimmy Eyes goes to left field. Second hit for EISENREIch. He's the player of the game so far. And Billy. Ground ball to short. Oh, wow. I'm so glad that we have a player named Billy. I just made that connection. That's good news. All right. I get to break out all my Caddyshack references. Here comes Dave Smith to close this ball game out. He saved the game in the first game of the series. He's got 25. I do believe that's tied for the league lead in saves. We really need a good second half of the year from him. And he's got nothing but righties, so this is the way to do it. 1-2 count to Montoyo. Suck it, Montoyo! He might actually have more strikeouts than yesterday's ball game. Oh, suck it, Dave Smith. Wilson with the base. Oh, he's thrown out a second by Billy! Wait, Billy's got a 68 arm. We just saw that, right? He's got a noodle arm. That's stupid. All right. This is either a home run or a strikeout. Strikeout. Tigers win 4-3. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. Well, thinking about trade offers here. None. Well, let's advance one day. I mean, we just keep winning one, losing one. That's just the way things are. There's nothing I can do to get out of that funk. We made the trades. We'll know tomorrow, I guess, when Higuera takes the mound, if it's for reals. Let's take a look at the standings. We're 2.5 games back. Oh, New York has made it all the way back from 6th place. And now they are in first. Wow, that's an Owen Wilson wow. Let's take a look at the National League. Chicago's won 9 in a row. I mean, it is so over in the National League. There's no point in even checking, really. Let's take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Boston loses, drops from first. The Orioles taking it to him. 2-1 Squeaker puts New York in first. It took them a while. They had made all those roster changes and free agents and whatnot, and starting to put it together. And nothing of news for transactions. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. I know Willie Wilson had the game-winning hit, but I'm going to give it to Jim EISENREIch. He had the RBI double that maybe have some hope in the world. Danny HEEP got his first double as a Tiger. Jim EISENREIch, as I mentioned, had the double. Todd Fisher came in and shut him down. Struck out 3 of 4 batters. Dave Smith gets the save, his 26th. He struck out 2 of 3. John Denny takes the loss, a hard luck loss. He goes the distance, giving up 4 runs. Only walking 1 for a guy that was a 1-for-1 ratio. That's kind of BS, isn't it? All right, that's it. We're going to come back tomorrow, play the first game with Teddy Higuera for sure. He'll be on the mound. And take a look at the Time Travel Tuesdays. We're going through that series. We started yesterday with the Line Drive AAA box of cards that I opened, which was a lot of fun. That was like the first video I ever did for Time Travel Tuesday. So if you didn't check that out, you should. And we're going to go with this video here today. So until tomorrow, everyone, have a great day.